All right, check it out. I got a bunch of people asking for another review in the comments on my 1,000-mile video. It's been a couple years, so let's get into it. So right now I'm sitting at about 6,800 miles, and all I've had to do is routine maintenance. The Liberty's been stupid reliable. I did tires and a new belt and rollers at 6,000 miles. I do my oil changes every 2,000 miles. I don't care what the manufacturer recommends. It's an air-cooled engine running at about 300 degrees. The oil's taken some abuse, and it needs to be clean and fresh. That's my opinion. So I keep my oil fresh. But outside of that, it's been a reliable machine. 2 years ago, I completed the entire Olympic Peninsula loop on it, 460 miles. And then last summer, my brother completed the loop on this same scooter. And then this coming up year, we're planning it again. We call it the Twilight Ride. One of the guys from our scooter club is planning to complete the loop on it. So this will be its third time around the loop, and it does great, even out on the highway. I can run it up to a little over 60 myself, and if you get a skinnier guy on there, a lighter guy, it'll run up around 70. So it's been a great scooter. It hasn't had any mechanical breakdown of any kind. The only aftermarket parts I've added were the windshield. The tires I put on were exactly what was on there from the factory. I did have the front fork seals replaced under warranty, and I think the only reason I had an issue with that was because I hit a giant pothole going fairly fast, and I think that blew one of them out. But I don't think that was a problem with the scooter. I think that was my issue. I'm a heavier guy, and hitting that pothole, I just don't think it liked it. My only gripe about the scooter is lack of aftermarket support. So there, you can find a lot of engine parts because it's the iGet engine. It shares the engine with the Vespa. But as far as the Liberty chassis goes, there's not a lot of aftermarket support for it. Like, there's no exhaust that I've seen. There's one on eBay that says it fits, but I don't think it does, looking at the picture, because you have to remember, any of the aftermarket Vespa pipes will fit the engine, but this bike has the swing arm brace over here, and the pipe bolts to that brace that bolts up here to the rear axle. So that's going to get in the way of any of the Vespa aftermarket exhausts fitting on here. So that was one of my biggest gripes, was the lack of aftermarket support as far as the chassis goes. But on the engine, there's all kinds of aftermarket parts for it. But, like I said, I'm totally happy with it. It's been a great scooter. It's really durable. It's very well made. It's heavy. It's a little more bike than some of the smaller Japanese scooters, in my opinion. And quite honestly, I think it's just as good or every bit as reliable as some of the Japanese scooters. I'm really impressed. And so I've moved up to the Piaggio 400 now, and so mainly this just sits around here as a second bike, or a lot of times guys from our scooter club will ride it. One guy borrowed it for several weeks last summer while his scooter was down. It's been great. Like I said, I don't have a lot more to say about it other than everything I said about it in the 1,000-mile review. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and go find it on my channel. You'll see the 1,000-mile review there, and it's been great. If you're thinking about buying one, I wouldn't hesitate.